I know you're kind of new, so, you know, whatever you're willing to share. Gang, gang. That's hilarious.
This wasn't planned.
Really only in Boulder we get 2 running shoots. Right by.
And they're both Adidas.
Yeah, gang. All right. That's really funny. Tinman, shout out.
Flex.
Cool. Yeah, whatever. What miles per hour is that? Welcome back to another episode of Talking While Running. We're out here on a perfect day, dare I say, in Boulder, Colorado with the one Gabbi Jennings. Shout out, thanks for joining me. How you doing today, Gabbi?
Doing great. It's so nice right now.
Yeah, so it's December.
Yeah.
We probably will release this in January, but...
You're gonna get hot.
I know, definitely. But that's okay. I would probably get overheated anyway, just because you're much faster than I. But
the weather here is really deceiving.
What's that?
The weather here is really deceiving.
It's wait. So we'll get into it because I want to hear all about how you're transitioning to Boulder, and that's definitely part of it. But Gabbi's originally from Slidell, Louisiana. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I also know that you got into running pretty early, but I like to take it back. You know, childhood. What was life like for young Gabbi before running, if that's possible?
I mean, honestly, like, I don't even really remember my life before running. I'm not gonna lie, but I do remember, like, my parents really wanting me to get involved. I played a lot of sports growing up, like pretty much anything you could think of. I tried it. Nothing really stuck.
Yep.
And, like, I pretty much just, my parents were like, you need, like a good group of people to surround yourself with and, like, find some friends with common interests and, like, kind of stick to a sport. It was very obvious that I was athletic at a young age, so my dad was a runner growing up, and he waited to kind of, like, introduce me to running when I got a little bit older, because he didn't want me to feel like it was my job to run at such a young age. But yeah, that's, like, kind of how it started. I ran AAU track and met a ton of really awesome people, and I just fell in love with it.
Unreal. So, you know, I feel like Slidell in Louisiana doesn't necessarily have the, you know, reputation for, like, breeding distance runners.
Absolutely not.
So, you know, but could you spin it that maybe that there is part of that culture that's conducive to distance running, or was it hard for you?
I would say, like, growing up, I didn't know anything else.
Okay.
So I was, like, very used to the heat and humidity and everything like that. But I'd say, like, if you grew up in somewhere like Colorado and you went to go run, like, in Louisiana, you would hate it.
Sure.
I came back from school. I went to school in South Carolina, like, for college. And every time I go back home, I was like, man, like, running during COVID at home, pretty rough. But
wait, so even from South Carolina to Louisiana?
There's still a difference,
Oh, wow.
But I have, like, a really good appreciation for, like, how hard I worked growing up when I go back home.
Yep.
But yeah, I just don't know any better.
No, that's so. Some say altitude is not the same as humidity. What's your take now, being at altitude here in Boulder?
I would say, like, humidity, like, it is a little bit harder. For, like, easy runs, you feel a lot heavier.
Sure.
But with altitude, I feel like it's almost like the lifestyle is completely different.
Okay.
Like, you have to make sure that you're sleeping extra, eating extra, you know, drinking more water, electrolytes. Like, you really have to, like, baby your body when you're not running.
Yeah. So. No, that makes sense. So we'll come back to that for sure. I want to keep going with the narrative. So Louisiana, I think, record holder across all sports is in our presence here. 44 state titles.
Members, you will not believe this, but Gabbi has won 43 state titles. 43 state titles in cross-country and indoor and outdoor track. She has been competing since she was in the 5th grade on high school varsity track meets.
Which, I was going to ask you, how's that even possible? But I listened to another podcast you did where you said there was like the rules allowed under high school age kids to compete varsity.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
They changed the rule now.
So it's yours forever, probably.
Yeah, probably. I mean, hopefully somebody could come along and challenge that. I feel like that'd be really fun to watch. But yeah, the rule is like if you went to a school that was kindergarten through 12th grade all under the same principal, then you could compete at any age in varsity sport. And I was like, well, okay. And I mean,
that's so savage.
Yeah, like I had a lot of fun doing it. It was definitely really intimidating at first, but
was there like a memory that stands out from, so you were lining up with like varsity kids, like what, 8th grade, 7th grade?
5th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, one memory that really sticks out to me is I ran against a lot of older girls, and like when I first started running, people like didn't really know who I was.
Yeah.
And I'll get on the starting line around like a ton of like really tall girls, and one girl was like, "You're so cute. I want to babysit you." I was
oh my gosh. I'm gonna dust you. How about that?
It's like, dang, that's kind of
condescending.
It almost like put me in my place a little bit. I was like, okay.
You probably beat it though, honestly, it sounds like.
Alright, we're the Gabbi Jennings, and only 10 years old, in 5th grade. What's it like running against these high school girls?
Actually,
10 Mallory Stubbs of St. Scholastica, 11 Natalie Martin of North Shore, 12 Tinman.
So how do the girls, the high school girls, treat you when they see you?
Sometimes, like, the people that I ran against in cross country, they're shocked every single race that I see them, so.
Alright, we're just gonna do a little turn around here, but that's unreal. So I'll link all the other stuff that I did some research on, because we don't want to just do the same interview, but highly recommend it. And then I think it was the beer mile.
Probably, yeah.
So going on, like, obviously you're a super decorated high school athlete by the time you get to, senior year and college talk. How did you land on Furman? It must have been the lack of humidity up there, or what caught your eye with that program?
The first major thing that caught my eye was one of the coaches on staff, like, actually coached at a college in New Orleans, like, during Hurricane Katrina. Oh. And I was like, wow, so, like, he kind of knows where I'm coming from.
Was this a Gary, one of the Coach Garys?
Coach Neal.
Okay.
Coach Chris Neal. And so that was kind of cool to, like, see that connection. Because I was a little worried about, like, leaving home. It was very familiar.
Of course.
Then I started doing more research on the program, and I realized that
they're sneaky good.
They are, but the main thing that really popped out to me was that the school is small.
Yeah.
And I came from a really small school, like in high school, so I felt like that was really important to be a name and not a number.
Yeah.
But the main thing, last but not least,
sure.
Coach Gary, Coach Robert Gary, he's a 2-time Olympian in the steeple.
Yep.
And that was something that I tried my senior year of high school, that I felt like if I had more opportunities to do it in the future, like, it would be something that I could possibly be really good at and like pursue, like, long term. So that was pretty much like it for me. I toured campus, and I knew on my official visit that I was gonna go.
Wow.
My parents actually had to tell me, like, no, Gabby, like, let's wait and go home and make like a pros and cons list. I was like, no, I already know.
Wow, that's amazing.
So yeah.
Alex, is that camera all right?
Yeah, we're still rolling. We're doing
okay. I just want to. Okay. The shot should be on. I don't want it to all be on me. Okay, so Furman, All-American multiple times over. Like you said, in steeple, but also cross, I believe.
Yes.
So what was kind of like the culture there, like, once you got into it and really started training, and what was it about Coach Rita Gary and Robert Gary there, that leads to other athletes? I mean, Ali Buchowski,
Yeah.
I might have pronounced that wrong, but
yeah.
but
okay, she gets it all the time.
Okay. Shout out, Allie. We'll have her on sometime. What was that like there? The culture there, a team?
It was really awesome. Like coming in as a freshman, Allie had finished like 7th at Cross Nats the year before, and like, yeah, I just like, it was really awesome dynamic. We had a bunch of freshman girls come in that were very talented, and I was never really able to train with other girls.
Okay.
Growing up.
Right.
I had like this one guy that I was training with that was like significantly older than me. But like it was really nice to have teammates, like be able to like push each other.
Yeah.
I would say like the big thing that I really loved about the program from the beginning was that, you know, the coaches, they had super high expectations of us, but it wasn't like okay, I expect you to do this, and then like just hope that you magically do it. Like they would provide. Oh my God, that's Aaron! Hey, that's another Furman alum.
Furman, shout out, yeah, Aaron Templeton.
That's so funny.
That's really funny.
Yeah, so wow. Boulder, yeah. Yeah, so I feel like at the beginning of every season, they would. Oh gosh.
He's trying to drop it.
My bad.
It's okay, you're fine.
Every season we would like lay out a very awesome plan, and I always knew exactly why I was doing what I was doing, and I was constantly reminded of my goals.
Right.
You know, the coaches would hold you to it, and you know, I feel like, yeah, it was just a really positive environment, and yeah, I just loved it. I saw improvement every year, and so you can't complain.
Yeah, no, amazing.
It works.
I think the proof is there, and you know, you're just obviously scratching the surface with all those titles in high school, and you're still going. So people may not know, like at the end of this spring, you had quite the unreal June and a couple of weeks there.
Yeah, it was a wild month of June.
So NCAA nationals. Well, first of all, regionals, where I think you quadrupled.
No.
Okay.
But I could have if I really wanted to. I qualified in the 8, 15, steeple, and 5.
Qualified, didn't? Yeah.
Well, that would have been a lot.
I don't know though. With your pedigree, like, I wouldn't be surprised. But so NCAA nationals, trials. Again, another thing that you've talked about a lot, but looking back now, what's kind of the one thing that stood out, or, you know, any major emotion about that time, or anything, takeaways?
I would say, like, if there's one thing that I wish I could go back and relive, it was just, like, the last, like the NCAA final. I really wish that I could just, like...
7th, by the way, unreal.
Thank you for that, John. Yes, the Steeplechase next on the track. Championship and collegiate record are the same. 7.5+ laps of this track. There is Aneta Konacek right here from the host Oregon Ducks.
I wish that I could just like relive my last like NCAA race in a Furman kit, and you know, like I feel like my overall emotional, like what my emotions were really just like, I'm focusing on being grateful, just like living in the moment, because I know that like obviously this is a once in a lifetime experience, and I only get to make like, you know, this, I only get to live this once, you know. So I was beyond grateful for all the time and just like everything that my Furman coaches have given me, and so
that's lovely.
Yeah, just wish I could go back and relive it, you know.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a good takeaway.
Yeah.
So the big news kind of after that was signed with Adidas.
Oh gosh, I don't want to get too close.
Oh, you're fine. We figure this out as we go here. Okay. I think we're good on pace.
Yeah, you can go a little bit faster.
I'm ready to rip. So Adidas here, shout out. What made you go 3-stripe on them? Was it Kanye? Was it something else? I don't know. Let's get into it.
I have always, like, even since high school, I've always loved Adidas as a brand. I feel like they're a very creative brand. And,
Adidas, excuse me.
Adidas. Yeah. I honestly was like just really stoked that such a big company was like interested in me.
Sure.
And, yeah, I felt like I could just do the brand proud, and I realized that, you know, Adidas didn't really have any ski flares, and I was like, well, like, this would be a really awesome thing for me to do, and I was super excited about it. And so, yeah, just kind of, I feel like the biggest thing that my college coach was kind of giving me advice on was like, you know, choose the thing that's like most exciting to you.
Yep.
So that was something that got me extremely excited.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So.
And how's everything going now? I mean, how's the gear? Let's just get into that. That's what the people like to see.
The gear is awesome. It's so awesome. I received so much stuff in like August.
Yep.
And it actually got shipped to my parents' house. And my parents were like kind of upset because there were just like literally like 30 boxes like in my house and I wasn't home to like get them yet.
That's funny.
And it was just funny.
How much gear is too much gear? Some are asking.
I mean, I have a closet, and I honestly don't even care if it's overflowing.
Yeah.
Like, you can never have too much, honestly.
What's your like top shoe so far from that?
I actually really love, these are more like workout shoes, but I really love the SL20s.
Okay.
They're like more of like a flat.
Okay.
And then I also really love the Bostons.
Yep.
I have done like every single long run in the Bostons.
Oh wow.
And I just think that they're amazing.
Yeah.
And also the Ambitions are obviously the spikes, and those are really awesome as well.
Yeah, important for a steepler, for sure.
Very fast shoes.
So, want to get more in the nitty gritty with the steeple. So, obviously, you know, you competed in nationals and Olympic trials and all that stuff. But what's kind of like just your general approach if you're like telling, you know, your old self before you got into the steeple or similar athlete, like what's the approach, what's the mindset before a big time steeple race? Like, I can't think of anything more nerve-wracking in track, honestly.
I mean, it's definitely very nerve-wracking, but I think going into a race knowing that it's going to be hard, this is not even just steeple, this is like every race I've ever run. It's like, okay, even if I feel amazing on that day, I want to like make the most out of like, you know, my body today. Like, I'm gonna hurt.
Yep.
And so I feel like just being kind of like, you have to just like prime your body to just be able to go hard and just keep going hard. I feel like also a good plan is to like really focus on just like kind of like where you position yourself in the race. Okay. Because I feel like if you get caught on the inside, it's really hard to move, especially when you're jumping and things are coming up like every like 70, 80 meters. So
has there been a time where you like can't even see the barrier coming up?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Like all the time, I bet.
The NCAA final was one of those races. I got like caught on the inside, not in a good place at all. And I just was getting like elbowed left and right. Right. It was like very uncomfortable. You really have to shrink your body down. But yeah, also just knowing that steeple is a very physical event, and you'll probably end up with some spikes. Yep. With some spikes on your shins and a few elbows in the chest.
It's the cross country of track.
It is. It really is. It's very brutal, but yeah.
What do you also think of the new Hayward while we're on the subject? The new stadium there is insane. I mean.
Yeah. I kept like seeing everybody's like posts when they would do like regular season meets there. Yeah. And I was like, whatever. Like, just looks like a stadium, whatever. Sure. But then I get there and I was just like, oh my god, like I'm that person now that's like taking the videos. I'm like, nobody wants to see this, but no, it's cool.
I do. Yeah. For all the run posts more, I'm watching.
It's a very unique feeling running like in that stadium, because I feel like they really did build it like for the athletes. Okay. Which is really cool. Like the way that it's like the domed like the walls covering the seats. Sure. There's a name for it, but I'm forgetting it.
Architecture term.
Yeah, it's like it like curves inward to like make the like the crowd, like the audience, like the sounds and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like go straight to the track.
I love that.
It's really cool.
Did you feel that? I mean.
Oh yeah, felt the energy
decibels?
100%.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Okay, well, so that was, I mean, obviously big spring and summer now. People in the fall and winter kind of just back to the grindstone. It sounds like you moved to Boulder. You're gone pro. What's life like nowadays? What's training like nowadays? Whatever you're willing to share with the people. But, you know, let us behind the curtain a little bit with training now.
Yeah, I think when I first moved here, I was... When I first moved here, I was kind of on a little bit of a break. I stretched my outdoor season out until like probably like mid-August, like right before I moved here.
Okay.
So it was just kind of a long time to be like on the grind.
Yep.
But yeah, I ended up like coming back, kind of mingling with the team and, you know, getting to know everybody is a lot of fun. Then we started to get to work, and a lot of the runs out here, they have been humbling.
Sure.
But honestly, like, it just makes me more excited of like, I know that I'm gonna get there. It's just like, you know, a matter of time. But yeah, I think the number one thing that I learned out here is being on like a schedule.
Yep.
Is really important.
Okay.
Yeah, like I will wake up, we have like 9 a.m. practice.
Okay.
But it's not like, yeah, it's not like required every single day, like mainly for workout days.
Okay.
But we love each other so much that we run together on a lot of our off days. Not our off days, but like non-workout days. But yeah, and then we go straight to the gym. And then do a lift, and pretty much like everything from there is just like recover.
Right.
Because I mean, you're at
Pro
altitude.
runner life, yep.
Yeah, you're at altitude, and you know, sometimes you go in doubles.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, being a pro runner, I've learned is just how fast can you recover.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much like that in college too, but
right.
Especially for running like professionally, that's like your only job.
Yeah, sure. So I want to ask a little bit about the team that you're with now, but I know you're kind of new, so you know, whatever you're willing to share. Gang. That's hilarious.
Tinman. This wasn't planned.
Really only in Boulder we get 2 running shoots. Right by.
And they're both Adidas.
Yeah, gang. All right. That's really funny. Tinman, shout out.
Flex.
So, who's got the best music taste in this spot so far?
So, I have a very like niche interest taste.
Okay.
Or not interest.
Her name's Taylor Swift. Okay,
no,
maybe you've heard of her.
A very like music taste, like it's very niche. So I'm gonna have to go with Bates. Emma Bates.
Okay.
We share very similar music vibes.
Sure.
We went to a concert together.
What does this mean? Spotify rap. Give us the rundown.
Well, so I think my top artists were like NF. I don't know if you know him.
I'm not familiar.
Okay. There we go.
Content guy. Shout out.
Yeah, NF is like really epic, like workout music. Like if I need to grind it out, like turn on NF.
Can we get some of that on? I'm dying.
So NF, and then Weethan.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, good. He was just recently in Boulder.
Oh, no way.
We went to see him, yeah. And then, oh gosh, who else? Oh, so Apache, who was like...
I've heard that too. Okay, so I'm getting the genre.
Okay, and then also Flume.
Yeah.
And then like this is a super random one. I don't know why, because she hasn't really like released anything new. But Lord was my 5th one.
Oh heck yeah! No, we love that. So, tennis course. Come on now.
Yeah.
We'll go straight if that's true. Okay, that's amazing. So we'll link her Spotify. No, I'm just I put you on the spot totally, but I love it.
Well, I did share it to my story, so other people know.
Some people, yeah.
Everybody's like, NF, oh my god.
Alex, I think he responded.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's great. Then who's the funniest, you know, on the long run when you're dying? Who's got the one-liner?
I feel like Katie, who's also a new member.
Brainsbury?
Yeah, she just like is so goofy.
Okay.
And like I also feel like Emma Coburn, like just like she's such a good storyteller, and she will like, I don't know, like ask her about her experience at the Machine Gun Kelly concert that I went to recently. It's just really funny. But they're all so good. Like
Oh man! All right, we gotta get that on.
Those are just the two that stick out.
Yeah, no, that's great. All right, amazing. So let me think here. What's a couple good things to finish on? What's the Let's just go super basic. Favorite workout? Just steeple, bread and butter for the kids back home.
Well, I could go two routes. I could go my college favorite workout.
Take me there.
Okay. So we used to do this like really awesome workout. It was very hard, but we do like a 2K. This is like all on the track.
Okay.
We do like a 2K threshold. And then you jog 200. There's like 200 meters rest, just like continuously moving the entire time. And then you do, well, the other girls would do 800 flat, but I would do 800 over hurdles.
Oh my.
At the same pace that they were running. Like at
when you go out to like 3.
Yeah, I would go like lane 2.
Yeah.
Actually, I would just stay in lane 2 the whole time.
Oh my god.
It was kind of weird to coordinate, but it was fun.
That is beast.
And then we would do 200 jog, 400, and then 200 jog, 200, 200 jog, and then I would do 3 sets of that.
Yeah.
So it was like a good like 10K of work, but it was it was just like so rewarding. I loved that workout so much.
You just knew you were getting ready to go.
Oh heck yeah. And we would also like throw some water jumps in there sometimes.
Did Furman have a pit?
Yeah.
Okay, that's sick.
My favorite spot. But
you were swimming in there?
Oh yeah. But I think my favorite workout out here has actually really been the long runs. Like, and we were talking about this earlier, but I
off camera
was really not like great at long runs like at Furman. Like it was always my thing that I just really
dreaded maybe.
Yeah, I just was never looking forward to it. But I feel like it's the one thing out here that I've really made noticeable progress on so quickly. And I just feel like that in itself is like so rewarding.
That's great.
Yeah, I can just like always feel a difference, and I feel so accomplished because like I mean we hammer long runs here, and like you're at altitude. The routes that we run are definitely not flat, so it's like you just feel so accomplished.
Yeah, that's awesome. We can loop here, Alex, but let me see if I can get one more off. Like while we have the cameras rolling, is there any sponsor like low key or any brands or someone you'd be interested in working with that maybe we could share this clip and see what we could do? Like I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
That's my goal. Is I want to get somebody something. I don't even know. Like I know Rebecca Mara got like a cheese deal during the trials for tweeting about it.
Oh, love cheese. I'm actually a really big tea drinker.
Oh,
and
huge.
Yes, I love tea so much.
That's great.
And it just so happens that Boulder happens to be location of a Celestial Seasonings.
That's right.
Factory, and so.
All right.
I don't know. That's like a local thing. Like maybe.
Okay. No. Wait,
I spent so much money on tea. Like it would definitely help a girl out.
Yes. We're gonna do. We'll film a workout around, because people do a workout around their building.
I haven't done the loop yet, but I've been dying to.
We have a video on our YouTube with Parker Stinson.
Okay.
Shout out, we'll link it. But no, we're gonna make that happen. Celestial Seasonings tea. What's your favorite kind of tea?
I love their their peach tea.
Okay.
You
don't have to go Celestial right now.
I mean, they make the sleepy time tea too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And that's also really good too.
The sleeping bag.
Oh my god, just like all of their herbal teas. I'm a big herbal person. Like. Okay. So good.
Do you ever? Chef's kiss. All right.
Yeah.
Respect. Then you have my mind going with the pro runner. The thing that you learn the most is just recovering.
Yeah. Is the main priority.
So, is there any tips that you picked up in that vein, like secret sauce out here with Emma Coburn or anything like that? Like, or is it just Norma Tech and rest?
Honestly, like I'm always a big advocate of napping.
Yep.
I was a very avid napper, like even at my time at Furman, so not much has changed. But I will say that, you know, being at altitude, consuming iron is really important as well. But like, I would say like probably the biggest thing for me has been like consuming protein shakes, and like I drink collagen with like vitamin C to kind of help with absorption. Like pretty much like I take those like twice a day. So like it's very that's not something that I did at Furman. Yeah. And I feel like I've noticed.
Oh, shnikes.
Oh my god.
That is dangerous.
Yeah. But I feel like I've noticed a tremendous difference in my energy levels and my strength. So
that's awesome.
There was one other thing that I was going to say. Epsom salt baths.
Ooh.
I'm a big bath person, and I have this like, is it like the Dr. Teal's or whatever?
Yep.
That could be another sponsor.
That's actually, that's a smart one.
It's like a matcha green tea. Oh, that's a tea.
Yeah, it sounds delicious, honestly.
There's a theme
you
going.
might die if you eat it.
Yeah,
that
smells so good.
All right, then also on our YouTube, I've gotten requests for less, like, non-running related questions.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I'd love to know, I know you're a newbie to Boulder, but anywhere in the area, you know, best coffee shop, brewery, I don't know if you're into that life, but best spot in Boulder maybe that you can just go unwind or breakfast, something like that.
I live like, I don't know, this might be like weird to say, but this might be too much information, but I live near a coffee shop called Spruce.
Okay, yeah.
And I think they have a couple locations in Boulder, so I won't say which one.
There you go.
But yeah, Spruce is really awesome. It's like literally walking distance from my place, and so I really enjoy that. There's so many places that I still have yet to like explore, but honestly,
no, that's good.
I can't. I can't really think of like a brewery, but
we'll get there.
I really like Avanti, which is kind of like a food court with like a rooftop bar kind of vibe. I don't know if you've been there,
which is Pearl Street.
Yeah, they make good mixed drinks there, so yeah. That's the best I got.
No, that's beautiful. I think that's a good one to end on. I like to end before we lose all the footage because this is the show talking while running. Things are always going wrong, but Gabbi, I want to say thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. This has been fun.
We'll do it again for sure. And, all the run details, all the stats stuff will be on Trackster as always. So just check out the description and thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, bye. Mileage wise. All right. We're rocking.
Well, I already got a mile in.
Oh, hell yeah. Some Trackster guaranteed.